Hey guys, it's Addison. Don't worry, I'm just trying it out. So I just got back from doing a lot of different shit, including therapy. My therapist brought up transition today, which was really awesome. I've kind of not been really bringing it up, um, because as much as I want it, um, there's some sort of weird validation in having him bring it up first. So, um, we talked about the Harry Benjamin standards of care and how they use them as guidelines. And, yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe tease in my future. So that's exciting. Um, we talked about the process for they have like a gender team thing, so like you go to therapy, right, and then you do an autobiography, which is like your life in gender through school and stuff. So like how you came to figure out you were trans, basically, the things that everyone puts up on their channel when they first come on. And then when you want to start hormones, you take that and you go to Gender Team, and Gender Team is your therapist between 3 and 5 other therapists, and then an outside doctor, which is a guy who works with trans people and actually will prescribe them the hormones. So that's cool that they'd have me set up with that already. And then an outside consultant, which is the guy that founded the center that I go to, but he's not related to the center anymore, so they call him an outside consultant. So you go, and they read your autobiography, I don't think out loud, that'd be so awkward. This is your life. Then they have a couple questions for you, which is usually like, how do you think hormones are going to affect your life? That kind of stuff. Just like basic questions. And then 99% of the time people get one letter that has like 8 signatures on it, saying that they're okay for hormones. And he said like the one time that he went and it didn't work out was like, they were like, why don't you just talk to your therapist for a little bit more, and then he came back in like 3 months and they gave him hormones then. So that's cool. So they have a cool little layout there, which I'm super excited for. We also talked about the breakup, and we talked about how there's a grieving process for other people as well as for myself, for my old identity, which I kind of came to terms with because I put all my girl clothes away, and it was really sad. Like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't like crying or anything, but it was just like, these clothes definitely represent a part of my life, and I'm leaving that behind. I'm growing up, and growing up is really scary for me. I had a really awesome childhood in that I didn't really have a lot of like depression issues until I hit middle school, but until then it was so rad. So like I'm really close to my family, so like as depressed as I was, it didn't get really bad until I left my family, until I'm here like 3.5 hours away from them. So like I don't look back on my past self with a lot of like negative feelings. So packing up those clothes really was a big deal. Because I remember where I got them all, and it was like, man, I got the skirt that I wore like twice when I was dating this guy, because I thought if I was more feminine, he'd look more masculine, because he was a bit femmy, obviously, because he was dating me. But it was just like, these clothes totally represent a part of my life that I'm putting away now, and that's kind of sad, and it's good to recognize those things. It worries me. We were talking about people who come in who are, like, super determined, and they're like, what hormones right now, and it's like, that worries me a little bit, and I know that's how some people just are, and, like, some people have totally thought it through, but a lot of the times cases like that are guys who are just really distraught, and they aren't really even thinking straight. They're thinking that testosterone is going to fix everything, and it's not. And you really have to think about that kind of stuff. I mean, and it's different for me because I'm more on the femme side of masculine, and I'm not, like, super, super macho. So testosterone's a really big deal for me because it's like, well, what if it makes me super macho? Like, what if it makes me look like this super burly thing, and I guess I just have to be a bear then. But I don't think that's gonna happen, so I think we're okay. But we were totally talking about, like, you know, the people that come in are super determined, and they aren't even really thinking about it. So I think I'm on a good track, because I know where I stand now. It's just, where do I want to go from there, and how do I find a community, like, where do I fit in? That's really my big deal. So, yeah. Oh, my best friend called me Andy today. It was so sweet. I was like, you're trying so hard. That's so nice. And then I told him that he could call me Addie for a little bit longer. To see if we like that. But yeah, so that's exciting. I talked to my mom, and I told her about, the full name of Addison Lee. And, she said that she liked it, and that she was thinking of finding names that were okay and would still be nicknamed Addie, and she was like, I thought of Adrian, but I didn't really like it very much, and I was like, yeah, I thought of Adam, and I didn't like it very much either, so that was kind of funny. She's doing okay. You know, we're working on it. So yeah. Oh, by the way, this is a secret, okay? I found this shirt in the laundry room, and it's a small, and it was in the lost and found bin, and I was like, mine, and then I washed it again because I didn't want people's grossness on it, so, because it was in the lost and found bin, and we all know how disgusting those are, but, totally took it out of the laundry room, and I'm totally in love with it, so, go me. My lit journal came in today. Here, I'll even show you guys. I was gonna be stealth about it because, you know, I don't like, you know, putting my identity on the internet, and now I realized I don't give a fuck. So, this is, it's gonna be backwards, I'm sorry. But this is the lit journal that I made. I didn't print it myself, obviously, but, yeah. So, this is, my name's on there. I haven't told you guys my last name yet, so hopefully you couldn't see it. But yeah, so that's my lit journal. Super excited about it. I have a whole box of them right here, and I have to go distribute around campus, so we'll see how that goes. I took a bunch, like, to take into the city, because I have friends who are writers up there, and I think they might enjoy it. But yeah, so that's exciting. I don't know. I'm having a pretty good day. I'm having some health issues today, but aside from that, my allergies kick up super bad, and, start affecting other things. Like, everything's interrelated, it sucks. But yeah, so, I'm also gonna get started on that autobiography thing, so that way when I'm like, yo, can I get tea, please? I'll have it ready, and I can be like, yeah, I already did it. It's already. So, that's exciting. You know, I'm trying not to rush it, and I'm trying not to be too impatient, but it's hard, because I keep dreaming of this guy that I could become, and it's super exciting. Though everyone keeps saying I look more boyish, like, my best friend's like, people think I'm gay because I look like I'm hanging out with a 12-year-old boy, and I'm like, yeah, that's why they think you're gay. It's all me. I just like sweat gay. So, he's ridiculous, but it's hilarious. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm having a good day. First time in a while, so that's rad. Hope you guys are having a good day too.